Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the 286th edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Liam, and I'm joined by I don't know. We don't do the names anymore, do we?
No, I just usually bloody breezed right through this part.
Okay, I'm joined by Zach. Hello. Yeah, he's
Hey,
there.
it's me.
We're doing Starship Troopers today, a 1997 film from Paul Verhoeven, friend of the show, Total Recall.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know, it's a movie about fighting space bugs. But it's kind of also a bit like a bit of a parody of the genre and a parody of different film tropes. Yeah, how did you go with this film, Zach? And what were your like expectations and perceptions of this film before you saw it?
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be like a huge part of this conversation. Um, and I think it is a part of this conversation more broadly, just in terms of how the film's perceived, how the audience has received it over the years, and if it, my understanding is that it has a bit of a cult following, um, and how perceptions have changed about it over time. So, I guess for me, it was not exactly what I expected all around, but with mixed results. I thought it was going to be more of a straight traditional parody.
Yeah.
Maybe something more like, I don't know, like this sounds a bit goofy in retrospect, but I was thinking something honestly more along the lines of like Aeroplane or whatever what's that the other
Yeah,
title that
yeah.
movie has. I was thinking of something more just like clearly just goofy and like satirical kind of thing. But I was actually quite impressed with the first half for actually having more story and character than I was expecting. But still, there's definitely still like commentary and a sense of humor to it. But I was just surprised like 15, 20 minutes and I'm like, oh, this movie's telling a story with these characters and I kind of don't mind
Yeah.
it. So I was surprised by that. That was cool. But then, yeah, once we get the second half, I wasn't the biggest fan. Like once we get into the actual boots on the ground war stuff, it lost me a bit. It just became more generic, I think. Perhaps by design, perhaps not. But there are, yeah, I don't know. This film kind of developed a bit of a glaze over quality for me in the second half, but there are obviously some actual entertaining things that the film definitely does do by design that I enjoy a lot more. They're mainly in the first half, and I enjoy those a lot more than the combat sequences in the back half for being kind of samey.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my report.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty much right there with you in terms of like how parodic like this film is. Like I definitely thought that it would be full parody, and I was like while a lot of the scenes in the film are very kind of tropey in a sense, and they kind of feel like a light parody. Like overall, it was much more straight and engaging than I thought it would be. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are some heavy parody with like the cutaways to like the ads and stuff like that, and certain scenes are pretty hilarious for um what they don't mention or like what's like really obvious in the scene. Like one of those is like the Neil Patrick Harris scene, where he's like, he's afraid. That definitely got a laugh out of me. But no, overall I thought it was really funny for the parody aspects and yeah, engaging in other aspects in a very like Paul Verhoeven way. You know what I mean? Like this is I definitely think like this film has a cult following, but also does just kind of does him and his his style It feels like I don't know, kind of like a Raimi-esque. It is. I don't think his filmmaking is
Mm,
like Raimi, but it's the same kind of like like it's the same kind of like divergence in opinions on with this director because
yeah,
it's just so like strong in like like a certain um yeah stylistically, but like in a way that's like pointing to like the artifices of like film and like I don't know. Yeah, it's but I definitely like Verhoeven. I thought Total Recall was great. And I think this is also pretty great. So yeah. Um I do get what you mean with the second half. I think some of these like big fight sequences with the bugs were entertaining, but I think like the first half is very surprising, and as you were saying, just how like decent the kind of character stuff is. Even though it's very like straightforward, and to me, it's tropey in the sense of like each scene is a kind of it's like a high school movie or something, I guess.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it just has like all those essential scenes and not like anything extra. It's very like I don't know, like economical or something in that way. But yeah, what did you like? Because I really liked the was it a high school or was it like a I don't know like a what's the actual name
So
for
that's
it?
the thing. I think it is a high school, right? Because they're talking about like what they're getting into and where they're graduating to and all this, and
Yeah,
Rico's going to Harvard or whatever. It's like it is high school, even though they're all clearly like 26 years old. But
yeah, yeah. No, that's I mean that's like one of the like when I was saying in terms of like the movie is really funny sometimes in what they don't mention, and the fact that they all look so they're aged and also I don't know they're
yeah.
just I mean this main character has such like a soldiery face, you know what I mean? And it's like
Oh, dude, yes.
they're all just like there's just so many like caricatures and things like that the director's playing with. But yeah, I really enjoyed this high school section of the film. It's very
I
fun.
definitely did. Yeah, absolutely. All the characters are fun. It's all this is the kind of stuff where it's like it's all so tropey, but it feels like it's self-aware of that, but not to an extent where it's just completely taking the piss out of itself. Like it knows that it's in familiar territory, so it chooses to lean into it with some of the casting choices and the humor choices, um, and sort of play off of those, but then also still deliver like actual, you know, quote unquote drama, actual story, you know, that matters. Like I thought, like so, like the first second I laid my eyes on body Johnny Rico, this guy, this guy got the most Buzz Lightyear face I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's funny. He does look like an
it's
action
insane, but
figure.
like he looks like an
Yeah.
action figure 100%, and it is. You're right, like it's funny. It is just funny, like just realizing this guy's your main character, and he looks like this, and yeah, it's very, it's. Like calling it an archetype isn't even right. Like it's beyond an archetype. Like it's very much self-aware of how much of a of like a I don't know how commercialized it feels. How like it really it fits like the choice fits the same tone as like all the commercial like the are they infomercials whatever they are the
Yeah, yeah,
inserts
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like the same sort of thing where it's like this guy you'd see him in like a goddamn action figure commercial straight up as like in the 80s or in the or rather in the 90s when this came out, you know.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like I mean, I think those are actually like on the internet because they're like isn't there like a mouse and someone's like browsing the different sections or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. But like I was thinking at the end, um when the film ended so kind of, you know, straightly, I guess, as the rest of the film is. I thought like the film in itself is like a piece of propaganda, like the same way those ads are. You know what I mean? Like the construction of the
Yeah,
film is like, you know,
that's good.
is just really smart. But
I didn't think of it like
yeah, no, I only thought like when it cut to the director, I was like, this is yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't
the
know
whole
why sorry, I don't know why the high school stuff is so like compelling when it's just like really basic stuff, and it's almost like parodic, parodying these kind of they love triangles and that kind of thing. Um, but it's a fun environment. Like I think the film is filled with very colorful, fun, um, you know, futuristic environments that aren't too crazy, but still kind of well designed and interesting. And the world
yeah,
is, I think the world they set up is very interesting. They have like some kind of world order that is like the presidency is in like Geneva or something, and these people are living in in Brazil and what is
yeah.
Sao Paulo, something like that. Yeah. Um,
Dude, that was gonna be one of my things. Like, why do they live in Buenos Aires? Like, why?
Buenos Aires. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a random thing, but like, if I don't know, like, did they say when this film is set?
It I saw in the credits sorry, in the trivia that it's set in 2197.
Okay. I mean, it's not impossible. Yeah. I don't know.
You mean like the scope of their space technology?
Oh no, I just mean like like American people like living in Buenos Aires and it being like in a very American like community. You know.
But I feel yeah, I know. I know it's not so much about the plausibility as much as it to me it's like what are they saying like geopolitically there? Maybe I don't
Mm,
know if I'm meant to overthink it, but I feel like there's something to that. Like what happens in what is that like 175 years or so? Like for American communities, white communities to be living there like that. Like is that
mm.
what does that say about the state of what has become of the Federation as it is in this movie? You know, like it's just I don't know. I want to find out. I want to know the backstory there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but it's definitely plausible. I mean, doesn't America own? No, let's not go there. But like
Yeah, but, no,
the
but that is what I mean though, where it's like I feel like
yeah,
the in the
yeah.
film's timeline, like there's some weird shit going on there in terms of
I mean,
like
I
what
guess it would
America
start with
continues
like
to own.
yeah, that's true. But like yeah, so why do you think these early scenes were so compelling despite them being kind of so, broad, I guess,
I think it's like
so simple?
I think it's the casting and the performances for being like I mean, first of all, like everyone in this movie is like insanely attractive, which is like hilarious
Mm.
in and of
Yeah,
itself.
no,
Just like what
it is hilarious, yeah.
everyone is so comically attractive that
Yeah,
it kind of it throws the dynamics off in an entertaining way, I think, where you've got like the most attractive woman you've ever seen wanting to be with Johnny Rico, but Johnny Rico's with the other most attractive woman you've ever seen. And like, and then the way in which Johnny just like, they play it straight like it's a traditional, like it's that more traditional high school, like love triangle thing,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
kind of oblivious. Everyone's kind of oblivious to how attractive everyone is. Which I think adds to the charm a lot.
Right, right, yeah, they just don't acknowledge it. It's the same with like, one of the scenes I had heard about, like, recently actually was, like, the shower scene when they're in the military, and, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, a shared, shared sex, shower, like, bathroom or whatever, and, like,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
acknowledges that fact, and it's not like it's just really funny. That they're like having like normal banter, but they're all just naked. Um, and
Yeah,
that's what that kind of whole film feels like in these early scenes. Um, feel like too. But yeah, I feel like the film because I thought this was like I knew about the parody thing, but I thought it was more like just a parody of like the military or like military propaganda and that kind of thing. But it's kind of pointing. It's kind of like a broader film trope parody as well in that sense. Like the kind of love quadrangle that you have throughout this film, um,
yeah.
and stuff like that, the trophy high school stuff and all that. But yeah, no, this early section super enjoyable, super funny,
Dude,
and
when you get
then
the football game, oh my god.
oh, that was cinema. Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
That's like my favorite scene in the movie, bro. The
yeah,
insane like flips and dives they're all doing. Like this is the football I want to see.
yeah. No, no, definitely watch sport if it was this futuristic sport.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, it'll take me 150 years, but I'll get into it. Um, yeah, and then I don't know the training. What do you think of the training stuff? The more obviously we get more into like military parody stuff and that kind of thing. Did you like this
Yeah,
middle section, free middle section?
the comedy's definitely still carrying through in this part.
Mm,
You've got the whole like everything with Clancy Brown, like training. You know,
oh
he's
yeah,
like what they call the staff sergeant or whatever they're called. Uh,
yeah,
it's good stuff in terms of like him just beating up all his underlings.
and then
Everyone
yelling
wanting to
medic.
fight him, and
Mm.
yeah, that's the
The
best, dude.
medic gag is hilarious
It
for
was very
sure.
funny. It was very, and this movie again, like in these sections, particularly in the first half, I feel like it just knows where to end a scene very comedically, and where to just cut it. And
Yeah,
that definitely happened on the Clancy Brown when he like fucking throws the knife into the dude's hand, leaves him there, and he's
yeah,
like bleeding and shit. And then he's just like medic, and then the scene cuts. Great stuff. That was very funny. 100%. Yeah, I was definitely a big fan of the medic gag.
yeah. I'm just thinking, did he even have like an injury for the rest of the film, or did they just like fix that? I mean, they did have the technology which could like fix because they fixed
Yeah,
the main character's like leg later, but I
yeah.
don't
Yeah, they had
know.
some back to shit going on there. Yeah, I think no, I think he must have just healed it up, which I guess I guess that makes it slightly less funny that he's so nonchalant about it because he can be so nonchalant about the injury because he knows it's just going to be patched up in an hour. But like, I feel like it's
Oh
funnier
right,
like if he's actually injured him for like 2 months or something, and he just still
yeah,
does, like
yeah,
that's still his reaction.
that's true. Um, yeah, all this stuff is pretty good. I don't know.
I
I
liked
was,
the whole.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
There
was
you
just
go.
I liked their just general camaraderie between like all the dudes. Like you kind of got the four like sort of the four main squad guys who sort of get the tattoo or whatever, but then just sort of everyone around. I don't know. It's just a fun the way they all play with each other. It's like I mean, the perfect example is the shower scene you already brought up, uh,
Mm,
which was hilarious. By the way, the trivia for that scene is that the only other two people in the room with the actors were the director, well, it was Paul and the cinematographer, and they were both naked as well. So like,
what?
to make sure everyone was like
Oh,
fully. Yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god, that's nuts.
the way the trivia read was that like to make everyone fully comfortable with it because everyone was like, "Oh, do we have to be butt ass naked here? Oh, I don't know." And then it was like, "Fuck it!" Like, oh, everyone, I'm doing it. He's doing it. We're all doing
Yeah,
it. We're all like on the same level here, which is hilarious. So that was great, and just like I don't know, seeing like well, the other main point of that scene is to like show. I guess, the equality of the Federation in terms of. I mean, we see throughout, obviously, with the women enlisting in this army, and Diz is on the football team back at the start.
Mm.
Like, this is a non-gender discriminating society, and same goes for race. And so having the whole co-ed shower thing is like obviously
Yeah.
part of that as well. So I think that's. I mean, you know, I'm not necessarily like meant to think the Federation is great, but I think that stuff's cool.
Mm. But if someone was watching this, who lived in this world, you know, if they were watching Starship Troopers, which would be a documentary in their world, they would think the same
Yes,
thing, which is what makes it a piece of good propaganda.
propaganda. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, you're spot
yeah.
on.
It's got layers. Um, yeah. I mean, I don't have too much to say about the whole training thing. It was pretty. Like I think Johnny Rico was a pretty compelling character throughout. I guess seeing his like highs and lows. So
Which
yeah, I don't know.
which is kind of a shocking thing to say. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it
Like at the
is.
start,
Yeah.
if you told me like in the first 5 minutes of this movie, Johnny Rico, compelling character, I'd be like, what?
Mm,
But I don't disagree.
yeah. No, he's like the everyman. I mean, not really, but he comes from a rich family,
Kinda.
but he's still he's the mobile infantryman. He's the everyman in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the most attractive woman of all time, Denise Richards, the pilot? Carmen, her name is in the film.
Wait, so I assume by the way you've introed that,
Or the other?
we might be on different
I
sides of
can't
the
remember
same coin.
which.
I'm more of a Diz guy.
No, yeah, I'll probably agree. It's just that,
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, don't worry, yeah,
It is like, look, I mean, we're splitting hairs. I think we can agree on that. You know
yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
it's just that I think like she's been acknowledged outside of this discussion by other people as the most attractive actress of
Oh,
all time.
Denise Richards has that reputation.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you know Adam Friedland, but he said that about her like in this movie. So I was just thinking of that. Um,
Mm.
but you're right. Dina Meyer, who kind of looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. Don't you think?
Yeah, a
Um,
little bit.
yeah, yeah. No, I think we're on aligned there. But what do you think of Carmen? Did you like the pilot arc with this other guy?
I did. Oh, I mean, actually, well, hang on. Throwing the other guy in is a bit of a curveball. So
Sorry about
what I read in the trivia was that like the whole thing, there was stuff cut with them where it was like, because there's in the third act there's the whole part where Carmen thinks that Johnny's dead
that.
for a while.
Yeah.
But the film kind of doesn't spend a lot of time with Carmen during that point where she has to sit with it or talk about it or anything. So it's just kind of whatever. And then then he turns back up and she's like, "Oh my God, you're alive," or whatever. But like there were scenes cut where like apparently she's kind of like more wrestling with like, "Oh my God, he's dead," and then she's still getting more explicitly with the other guy as well
Right.
at the same time. But apparently it didn't test well because it's like, "Oh, what are you going? What are you going out with this guy when your other guy's, I don't know, dead already or something?" But it's like, I don't know. I feel they'd already broken up. I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal.
Um, I feel like it's better just like implied, you know. I don't know. Like I feel like you don't need to
Yeah.
see them two together in that sense. Because you can
No.
already see that they're like becoming closer or whatever. Um, plus I think like
Yeah.
the
Like
film is very as I said, it's like very like economical, and that would slow it down a bit.
Yeah, and the flirting, I think, achieves all you need. And obviously, like the
Mm.
whole thing from the start is that like he's inserted at the football game as like this, this guy for Johnny to be jealous of. Like that's clearly what it is the whole time. I don't really think you need, anything more to make that clearer or something. So I agree with
Wait,
that.
I thought you said you
But
liked that. I thought you said you wanted this scene. You said you didn't
no,
want it? Oh, okay.
no, I was just pointing out that it was deleted,
Right. Okay. Mm.
which is kind of
Yeah.
kind of maybe could change things a little bit. But sorry, back to your original question on Carmen. I like her whole kind of demeanor shift throughout the film in terms of like there is not a single scene of her in the first half, maybe even 2 acts, where she's not just like grinning ear to ear the whole time, which is again sort of I feel like is another thing. I feel like I'm struggling how to exactly put my finger on describing it, but like her just smiling the whole time, walking around smiling,
Mm.
again
Yeah.
feels like it's sort of feeding into the whole like Johnny Rico as an action figure like aspect of this movie, like almost like it feeling kind of like they're in their own like how you put it, they're in their own propaganda film in universe even, or they're like I don't know, or maybe another way to put it is like because I thought of Buzz Lightyear, like this whole movie is like someone's Toy Story, like you know what I mean, where it's like someone fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
smashing action
Yeah.
figures together, making this movie up in their head, kind of thing. Um,
Mm.
and like her walking around smiling like a Barbie kind of makes sense to me in that, like if I'm going with that narrative. So
Yeah.
that was cool. I like that. And then, but then the way it shifts, where it's like towards the end, she's noticeably quite different. I mean, she goes through some pretty violent shit, obviously, with the bugs. But I thought that was a noticeable arc in
Oh,
the
she
film. Like
becomes
Johnny's arc
less.
is the main arc.
Mm. She becomes less of like
Yeah,
a caricature, like for the yeah, less of an action figure. Um,
she sees some horrors and
yeah,
stuff, and yeah, it changes her a bit.
that's true. But I guess I mean these like pilot scenes are also very, they're very movie in that she's like the talented,
Oh yeah,
ultra talented pilot that rises in ranks really quick, and I mean the fact that they're both in this. I mean the fact even that Diz and Johnny are in the same division, and so are like these two is obviously very
yeah,
funny. Um, it's like stuff like that. Like the film is so filled with that you just like take that for granted that that's like that's like an ironic thing that the film's doing, or like parodic thing. But that's the worst word to try and say quickly. Parodic. Um,
parodic.
I don't
I
know.
assume it
Is
is.
it? I think it is.
Hang on, I'm looking it up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Parodic,
yeah,
intentionally
parodic.
copying the style of some.
But yeah, like there that yeah. I don't know what I was saying there, but like yeah, the pilot stuff wasn't. It wasn't too interesting because of that, because it was just kind of like there's, you know, very trippy kind of film. Um, what would you even call it? Like adventure movie, I guess, kind of scenes. Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, I did like seeing a different part of the army, and then we see Neil Patrick Harris's character on one of the ads in his like SS esque uniform, which was
oh, big
hilarious.
time, big time. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and yeah, he comes back. I mean, it's funny how the three of them. The film is like, oh, it really is perfect as like an in-world piece of propaganda, because the three of them like go through different stages and are still like alive and like together at the end. Meanwhile, like the secondary lovers die and stuff like that. And all the other
yeah,
characters.
true.
Maybe I mean the teacher coming back and all that.
Yeah, basically
Yeah,
everyone dies except like the core three.
yeah, the friendship group. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the fight scene between Johnny and what's his name, Xander, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, between Johnny and Xander was hilarious. They play oh yeah, Fade Into You by Mazzy Star, is it? Mazzy Star. Yeah, Mazzy Star, which is like I think she's like they're like a 90s band. Which is a very like romantic, very, very dreamy kind of song. And they play it over the big like fist fight between these two. I thought that was hilarious. That was very funny to me. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many like
Why can't
funny things.
I can't picture this scene at all. When is this scene?
Really? It's just, I mean, just the like the brawl scenes, or in between, um, when they after they declare war and I don't know, like the pilots and the infantry guys are like together, and he sees Carmen again for the first time.
Dude,
Did we watch a
what's
different
going on?
version? Oh,
So I've got this scene up on YouTube right now, and I like I'm actually watching it, and I have no recollection of it. Like straight up. No, this is a me thing. There's no way there's different versions of this movie. I swear.
did you watch it on Disney Plus?
Yeah. No, like it's.
Oh.
I'm not trying to argue. It's. Like, I'm not trying to pull a Jade in here and argue there's different versions of the movie when there's not. Like I admit this is a me thing. But this is crazy. I straight up,
You just have no
dude.
recollection.
I glazed over this shit. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, it is like
Jesus.
music that might not be up your alley, I guess. But like a lot of people know Mazzy Star for like being a very romantic kind of band. One of the songs played in at the end of a Sopranos episode, one of the early season 1 episodes, when Carmen, am I just saying that because of Carmen from this movie, or is it
Carmella?
Yeah, sorry, Meadow is what I meant. Yeah.
Oh
No, yeah, Meadow. Yeah, sorry, not Carmella. Meadow is looking like over at Tony at the grave or whatever, and a Mazzy Star song plays out. But anyway, like that, like there are just certain scenes in this film which are very, very strong, I guess. And
it looked like
afterwards
a
they get
cool
like
scene
the
from when I was just watching it
tattoos.
on mute.
Do you remember when they get the tattoos after? Maybe that appeals to you more because of the tattoos. They get the tattoos after.
I do remember that. So it was that's just how we place in the movie where it was.
Yeah. See what you want to see, I guess. You remember what you want to.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god.
Um.
Jesus.
But yeah, what do you think actually happened? Like in this. So the bugs, the arachnids, they like intentionally blasted a comet at Earth, or was it because their ship hit it that it was like redirected to Earth? And also, was that unprompted, or do you think in universe, it's really the humans who are like prodding them too much, so they're like retaliating?
My understanding, based on a line of dialogue, and keep in
Mm.
mind we've already established I'm not paying enough attention, but I thought it was that it was retaliation. Wait, no, hang
Yeah.
on. This has to be wrong. This has to be wrong because what is the order of events where so the humans they set up their like I think they said it's a Mormon colony sets up in like their in the bug territory,
Yeah.
and then the bugs kill them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if it's tit for tat, then the humans must do something in the middle. Then right, must do something to retaliate that. But then I would assume the bugs then retaliate with the comet, but I don't recall if there was something in the middle.
I don't know. I think it's implied enough that like the bugs aren't. pure villains. Like the humans are definitely, you know, causing this, and like they want something, whether it's the
Yeah.
resources of the planet or or like the knowledge of just the species that like the games guys want to have. Like obviously later they get the brain bug, and I don't know if they knew about that earlier, but they want. I think it's implied that like the one line in the film where it's like, oh, these detractors think this. I think it's implied that that's actually like the truth, and the propaganda piece that is the film doesn't want to acknowledge that truth. They kind of like
Right.
brush the reporter kind of brushes over this idea. Um, so yeah, yeah,
That makes sense. That makes a ton of sense. Did you like that reporter framing? Like those, I mean, you've already brought them up a couple of times, like the cutaways, the parody news reports.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like to me they added. They're not. I mean, they come up a few times. They're not like huge. Like going back to what we were saying at the start. Like I thought like the whole movie was going to be like those, but and it wasn't. But
Mm,
when they did come up, I thought they added a ton of personality to the movie and like were definitely a
yeah.
highlight.
No, they kept it fresh for sure. So yeah, that was good.
I like the
Um,
narrator a lot, and it's like, "Oh, would you like to know more?" And it's like, yeah, it's like the
yeah.
website aspect to it. That's really
Would you
cool.
like to know more? Yeah, that was good. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do understand, you know, like the latter kind of bug stuff is very, it's very like large scale and very repetitive. There's a lot of shooting scenes. I did like the initial invasion. Um, I thought that was pretty cool for just like the kind of the gore that you see and the deaths there. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, like I will also say that I wasn't too like I wasn't unengaged, but I wasn't too like amazed or anything by the later kind of battle sequences. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they were a bit dull for me as well. They were like they really were just kind of like shooting scenes. They kind of felt video gamey in a bad way, in a not interesting way of just like you're literally just watching dudes shoot their guns a lot, but like with nothing really interesting kinetically going on or anything, or there's nothing really designed into the sequences outside of shooting at thing coming closer or whatever.
Mm, yeah, but like I mean, obviously it's some I mean it's somewhat intentional still. If these scenes were better, that would actually be pretty awkward, I guess, because the rest of the film is just so you know so straight and so basic. Um, that it would be
Yeah,
weird if they did like make it interesting. But, mm,
yeah. There is something to that, but I feel like the film's still putting in dramatic effort in this stuff. Like there are some pretty serious, gnarly death scenes that I think are actually you know affecting. Not like emotionally affecting, but I just mean like in terms of like memorable and stand out when
uh,
Diz gets totally messed up. It's like oh shit. Um, so like I don't know. I think the film is still capable of packing a bit of punch, having a bit of weight to it, and yeah, I don't know. I just think like
yeah,
running around. I don't know. Maybe there is some sort of middle ground where I feel like just running around, not even really running. To be honest, running's a bit of a being a bit liberal with that. Like a lot of walking around shooting. And I feel like you can do something a bit more. Maybe you're right that like I don't need I don't it's like an actual like well designed, well crafted Mission Impossible action scene is going to be weird. That might be true, but I don't know. I also felt like I was just pretty disengaged by what was there.
what like scenes specifically? I guess because I didn't mind the the arachnids like storming the fortress, like the setup scene. Um, I thought that was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. I think it's mainly before that, like, it is mainly the stuff on that planet, on that rocky planet. Like,
Oh,
before
okay.
that, when they're like, they're sort of just fighting the man in the open or whatever, and then I think it's the scene where he fires the nuke into the hole or whatever. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah. Is that
they're not at
before
the
that?
fort yet. It's like when they're making their way to the
Okay.
fort, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then also, like, and it is and honestly, it is like the whole I didn't mind the space stuff of, like, the initial invasion. I didn't mind the space aspect of that,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
ship.
There's actually some good,
Uh,
visuals there for sure.
yeah.
Like
Well,
the
that's
blue
another thing,
missiles were
is the
good.
visuals. Blue
Yeah.
missiles were good. Yeah, and
And
all
like
the
the when
visuals were
the
good, like,
ship
they
like when the big ship, like the mothership or whatever, like breaks in half and you see like like it's like all, in flames, like halfway through. You know what I mean?
mm,
And they have like
yeah.
I guess it's like a model or something, but it just looks really good. Um,
Well, and that is a whole
yeah.
other aspect of this movie in terms of expectations, where I just didn't expect it to look this good overall.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even like the CGI of the arachnids really isn't that bad. Um,
No, not at all. No.
yeah,
There was that
yeah, it
one
definitely
scene, I
holds
think
up.
it's actually around where I was ironically, I think it actually is around where I was criticizing, but there is one, or maybe it is the storm on the fortress, actually, like, I can't remember. Somewhere on the rocky planet, there is that one scene where there's just an absolute shitload of bugs on screen, like, they're all
Yeah,
CG. And it
yeah.
actually
No,
looked
that's a
like, huh,
fortress.
it's
Yeah.
actually pretty impressive scale-wise.
Yeah. Now that made me shiver a little bit for sure. Um,
Those bugs are your nightmares.
yeah. They chose a good villain. You know, bugs are just naturally not um immersed humans as friends, I guess. But
Yeah, they feel very bugs just do feel kind of alien-y on Earth as they are. So, like, having big actual alien ones, and they're massive, yeah,
yeah.
that's a bit scary.
I mean, I was thinking like those arachnids, like they could probably do most things with their hands that humans could do, right? I mean, if you have like three sides, you could just and you have like lots of hands, you could manipulate. Like you don't need like finely tuned
Mm,
fingers like we do, right? I don't know.
yeah,
Like if they're
yeah.
actually intelligent, they could do like everything that we could do, I guess.
I wanna see them firing guns, big ass guns.
Yeah, why don't they have guns?
They should.
Well, they have.
They should have guns.
Did they say in this film like they have no ego and they're the perfect? Was that from this film, or am I thinking of something else I watched this week? Like they have
I don't remember that, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
like what do I? They don't care about death and they have no ego, and so they're like the perfect enemy or something. You know what? I'll drop
I
it.
don't
I
remember.
don't know if that was in the film or if it was something else that I saw this week. But yeah.
Well,
Uh,
I think another aspect of the second half dropping off a bit for me, I wanna know if you felt similar, was also, like, it lost a bit of that personality and that charm we were talking about at the school and at the boot camp, where it just,
mm,
like, the dynamics with characters, like, I know they're established at this point, but they just start to feel a bit more vanilla and, like, too earnest, where it's like, "This is actually a brotherhood I'm meant to care about." Like, eh, a bit it played it a bit too straight for me in that second half, I think, when, like, they're all,
really?
getting along. Yeah,
Even
like, I
when
don't
they
know,
were
and
introduced to the
you
new squad and they were like really intense about it, you know? Like that wasn't
oh, yeah,
straight.
no. No, that wasn't, you're right. No, you're right about that, but
I mean,
yeah, I like,
when
them
Clazzak's
just
when he got like the beer out and stuff, like the celebration and that kind of thing. Like at
well,
the camp.
it's funny, like, this is the section of the film I'm talking about, but then when you brought that up and it made me think of how he brought out like the rewards and like there's a bunch of like footballs and shit in there. That is pretty funny.
Yeah, and a violin,
So,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I guess it's probably a bad example of me trying to make a point, but I don't know. I think it is just mainly the relationship between Rico and Diz and the other dude, or the blonde guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah.
Um, like
Oh,
the
Ace?
way their relationship feels in that. What'd you say? Sorry,
Oh, Ace was his name? I don't remember him
Ace.
being called
Yes, yes,
Ace.
yes. The way their relationship feels in the second half feels a bit straight to me between them. Like they're like it lost a bit of
Okay.
that I don't know, yeah, that like that toy like quality we were talking about earlier, where it just felt like this is an action movie where these guys are friends without that slight tinge of awareness to it. That was there earlier, in my opinion.
Mm, I don't know. I don't fully see the difference between. I don't fully see the transition or how it changes. But
Okay.
like I do agree that the second half is just less interesting because it's more just like more just fighting bugs stuff. But maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's because like those just don't happen. Like maybe it's because we just don't get less like um there's less like development scenes later. Like earlier on, they're still like becoming friends, and so those
Right.
scenes are like part of a kind of addiction, like a they're very tropey in that sense. So that the ironical kind of layer is easier to see, I guess, or to feel. Um,
Yeah. I think that's probably true. And I think because of that, I just found myself like kind of snickering and smiling a lot less during
yeah,
this campaign, if you want to call it that section of the movie. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. He was great. When he appeared.
There's a, there's a ton of people that just appear in this movie, man.
Yeah.
Dean Norris
Yeah.
again. He just
Oh
keeps
yeah,
turning
sorry,
up.
Dean Norris. Yeah, and the other guy was in The Wire as well. He's one of the Sugar Watkins. Um he was good.
I heard who'd he play in this
He
movie?
was the one that like sacrificed himself at the end. He was one of the first people they met
Oh,
in
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Classics is
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do they call it?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
do they
yeah, yeah.
call the crew? The Classics is crew or Classics is something else? I don't know. I
I
think it
don't
was
know.
like a KK or something. But, yeah. Um yeah.
Shout
I
out
don't
to
know.
Michael Ironside for being in this and Total Recall, and just for being great, having a great
Yeah,
presence.
for sure. Yeah, that
He's got
guy
a
has
great voice.
so much presence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is he not coming up on the cast list? Oh, there he is. Yeah,
Like, he is in a ton of stuff I have seen, but not as much as I would have thought. Like, he's just one of those guys that just kind of is just in a lot of stuff,
yeah, that's
but,
true.
like, in not in the most, not necessarily in the most, like, Total Recall might be one of the most actual leading things I've seen him in because he's like the main villain in that, isn't he? I think.
Like that would make sense. So I'm gonna say yes, but I'm not sure. Um,
I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty like he had a big role in that movie though. Whereas like it seems like he's in a lot of stuff, not always in like the front, the biggest role.
yeah.
But
I think this Johnny Rico. I think this actor Casper Van Dien. It's one of the few leading roles that he's had as well. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it was. But
he's
it's
still going. He's still acting a lot.
Mm,
He's in the he's if we are considering doing this as a franchise, Bitsy, he is in the third one again. He comes back for the third one.
Yeah.
So I guess the third
Is
one is like the true sequel.
oh, is it on the second? Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, the
But
second
there's
one is
like,
like then they go full separate, but then yeah,
but I say that
they
he's in
bring it
like
back.
4 here. Like he's in those. He's in like another 2.
Really?
So he's in like the third and he's in like the 4th and 5th one.
Well, this is trippy. I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know there was a fourth and fifth one. How deep does
Oh,
it
I
go?
don't know if these the 5th installment. Yeah, he's in the 5th one. Yeah.
The fifth one? Hey, what is
Yeah,
the fifth one called?
Trader of Mars is a
Wait, this is so.
CGI.
Hang
So
on,
it's a CGI animated film, 5th installment in the Starship Troopers film series.
dude. Wait, he's in. Wait, he's in the first one. Obviously, he's in the third one, and he's in the fifth one. He's not in the fourth one or the second one.
What's Starship Troopers Invasion? Isn't that the 4th one?
Invasion? Oh my god, this is so confusing. I can't see him in
2012
anything else.
computer animated science fiction film.
Oh, so the fourth one's animated too?
Is this the 4th one? Wait, let me. Where's the wiki?
But he's not in that.
Oh, is he not? He comes up on Google as being in it.
It's not on his IMDb list for
Oh,
2012.
okay. Okay, maybe Google's like hallucinating with that one or something. Lying about that one. Maybe
That's
he's
funny.
in like a video or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean the rest of the franchise isn't too well rated, well received to say the least.
No, I mean, just the fact that Johnny Rico is back in the third one made me like vaguely curious about it. I don't know if
Yeah,
there are
I
any
am
other characters to
curious,
go
but
to.
I don't think so. I think I looked at Dina's other stuff. I don't think she was in anything else. No. Oh no, she is in Trader of Mars. Jeez. Oh, they go
Oh,
back
the
to
animated.
the 2. Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
We're learning a lot about this franchise right now.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say. It is, yeah, it wasn't what I expected, but at the same time, I got like the same kind of thing I got out of Total Recall. I got the same kind of Verhoeven energy to it, and yeah, I think it was very entertaining, very, very comedically strong. And yeah, mostly engaging. So yeah,
Perfect. That Fitzy, throw a score on it.
throw a score on it.
You're doing it.
Yeah, I was
You're
kind of
doing
already
it. You're
doing the
rapping. I can
verdict.
feel you. I can feel you doing it.
Yeah, I know. I'll give it an 8. Despite some of the later scenes being weaker, I think it's still coherent with the film's kind of, with its vision and what it's trying to achieve. And it's just, I don't know, I just find some of the specific stuff in this film pretty hilarious. So, yeah, I'll slap an 8 on it.
Yeah. I will. One thing I will ask in terms of like, I really like your interpretation that the whole film is like a propaganda device, and that like makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense for like the arcs of the characters too, in terms of like Johnny Rico's whole arc being kind of like the opposite of kind of what you'd assume a more like left, like liberal arc. It's like the opposite of that, where this arc is, I'm not sure if I want to be enroll if what I want to do with my life, and the conclusion of his arc is let's go to war and fight
Mm,
and serve the Federation. You know what I mean? So like
yeah.
that being the arc obviously fully plays into what you're saying. But then do you feel like, so my question is, sorry, do you feel like at the end when it does cut to credits and that's what the ending is like, there is could you still feel like the sort of tongue in cheek of that affirmation from him? You know, like that there is like, is there enough irony in the ending? I guess.
Like the fact that it wrapped up so quickly and didn't like there wasn't more stuff with Rico and um what's her name? Jesus Christ.
Carmen.
Yeah, comment. I don't know, it just felt like it was like the statement at the end was like, these people have found ultimate fulfillment in their like military journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
and like
yeah,
ending right on that was like that definitely still felt um tongue in cheek and like it was yeah like a parody film. Oh, like sorry, like a piece of document of propaganda within the films universe.
yeah,
So yeah, I was definitely right up there till the end. At the end, for sure.
yeah, yeah. I think to add to that, so I did have this trivia here. I kind of didn't use too much trivia, but like this is a quote from Paul that I liked a lot. He said, basically, the political undercurrent of the film is that these heroes and heroines are living in a fascist utopia, but they are not even aware of it. They think this is normal. That's kind of the whole.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
yeah,
that's
that's
what's
perfect.
happening. That's
Right.
what the experience of it is. It's like it's us watching it from an audience perspective, understanding the artist into understanding the themes that the artist is playing with there. But watching, it's like watching these characters in like a snow globe, like just having no understanding of the irony they exist in, or like the meta
Mm.
narrative they exist in. They're just like happy to be there.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's how I see the film for sure. I think he
Yeah,
communicated his vision very well. Mm.
yeah, I like that a lot. Man, what am I going to give this movie? I'll slap a 6 on it.
6? What? What? Oh my god! I think Jane
I'm evil.
has a 6 as well. So it's like Total Recall and this. I'm an 8, and you guys are a 6.
There you go. You just look. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just a Paul guy. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fine. I definitely appreciate a decent amount about this movie. Um, I just I feel like all it is that I feel like by default, if I glaze over enough, like over a certain threshold, like I can't give it a much higher score because like it's just a fact. It couldn't.
Yeah,
It failed to
that's
hold
fair.
my attention for X amount of time. And so
Yeah.
look, sometimes it's not entirely look. Ultimately, it probably. I don't want to take too much blame off the film. Sometimes it's not all the movie's fault, obviously. Sometimes, people are in different headspaces watching stuff. I understand that. But, you know, I'm also not against just pointing it back at the film sometimes and being like, man, I didn't need to see Bugs get shot that much,
Mm,
you know?
mhm.
I'll totally take the L on the fight scene though, on the fist fight scene, because when I watched that on mute just now, that looks kind of cool.
Well, I think I mean, it is him saying, why does his name Carmen? Okay, it is him saying Carmen. His name just escapes me every time. For like the first time in a while. So that is why the song plays initially. But then it was just cool that it kept playing over them fighting. It was
Yeah,
a
okay.
good, funny juxtaposition, let's say.
Yes. Yes.
So should we on to news chat, I should say first. Um, should we go through the Oscars first or the trailers?
Sure. That sounds
Oscars
fine with me.
first? Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Where do we start?
Well,
I'm on
so
the
I haven't
BBC.
been through all of these yet. I sort of saw the highlights of the show,
Yeah.
like on,
Mm.
as a news piece or whatever, but I haven't really dug in anything myself. Like service level, I would just say that, like from what I have seen, it doesn't really feel like there were any big upsets or surprises. I don't know if you disagree or if there were some other
Yeah,
narratives coming in.
no. No, I don't think so. I think it was pretty. I think the predictions are pretty close to what happened. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. One battle after another one. Won a few. One Best
dude.
Picture.
Has PTA ever won an Oscar at all before?
Has he ever won an Oscar
I don't.
before?
I don't think he has. Am I tripping?
I mean, has he ever been nominated before?
Oh, he's definitely been
Oh, I
nominated.
mean, Boogie Nights. He probably would have been.
There'll Be Blood was
Oh no,
definitely
There'll Be
nominated.
Blood was nominated. Yep, that's true. No, yeah, I don't think he's won. I
Yeah,
could be wrong. I don't
well,
know.
that's exciting. That's exciting. There you go. He's up there. He's best director, Academy Award winner
Mm.
because he won that as well.
Wait, what? What would you say?
He won the best director award as well.
Yeah, true. That's true. Best director. Yeah. So director and best picture came hand in hand as per usual, right?
Yes, excellent point. Yep.
Yeah.
He was. I've just got it here. He. Wait. Huh? Where does it say? I can't tell which ones are nominees and which ones are wins. That's really confusing.
Really? It's got the. Are you on the BBC? Mine just says like winner in bold.
Oh no, sorry. I'm looking at Paul. I'm looking at PTA right now
Oh,
at his
right,
own
right, right.
movie. The it looks. Did he win best adapted screenplay this year? Yes, he did. So
Okay.
he's won
Yeah, I
3
thought there was
Oscars.
three.
All of them were this
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Okay.
And so he was also nominated for. He was nominated for Licorice Pizza, nominated for director and best picture.
Oh,
Fed
don't
and
remember
Thread the
that.
same. There Will Be Blood the same. And then but then from there, like only Boogie Nights and Magnolia were only nominated for best screenplay, nothing else.
Oh, really?
So
Mark didn't get a shout for Boogie Nights.
I can't see that because
Oh,
I'm only
then
in
that
what
would
Paul was
be.
nominated for.
Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, that's fair. I just thought,
Um,
yeah.
but it's funny, like his Oscars. I mean, There Will Be Blood, obviously, it was a while ago, but like outside of that, it's actually his more recent films that have been sort of more recognized.
Right, kind of like a lifetime, you know, achievement thing, I guess.
Except he did make
Um,
a hell of a movie with One Battle, so like he's.
yeah,
I guess it just. I guess it goes to show that like I don't know. When I think of PTA, I think of his earlier works, like as being the works that really um,
mm,
brought him onto the scene, I guess. But like obviously, this film and this week has really elevated him to that next level, at least just in terms of pure awards and recognition. So I feel like
yeah, but
he's bigger than ever, is what I'm saying.
yeah, well, I feel like with his earlier work, there was more. There were more like award directors around, um, that he was like competing
Mm,
with. Whereas today, he's like, he's one of the few remaining like giants left in terms of auteur
yeah,
directors. So I think that's why he kind of shines through at the moment. I mean, his films are still
yeah,
great as well. So yeah,
yeah. It's like he's outlasted his competition.
yeah, I mean, pretty much.
He's
Yeah,
still going.
like for his age bracket.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Jesse Buckley won for Hamlet. Um, yeah, no
still need to
surprise
see that.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it. I didn't really like the movie, but Jesse Buckley is pretty great in it. Uh,
Would you have gone with her from these?
yeah, I think we said I listened back to some of the predictions that we made.
Okay.
I think we all
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much said
please
Jesse Buckley
tell me what I got wrong.
Or Rose Byrne.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those were the two on our radar, I guess. I think Buckley was like, yeah, the obvious choice, the obvious
Yeah.
guess or whatever. So yeah. And then I think we all pretty much said like Michael for Sinners.
Oh,
Although I
really?
think
I'm
there
not,
was there was
I
more.
don't think I said that. But if I did, please, I'm happy to be right when I thought I was wrong.
I think Jade and I definitely. So I mean, especially after we kind of went through like the new rules or whatever. Jane was like, "Oh
Mm,
well, if there's that many people, like if you had to have seen the film, like these smaller films wouldn't win, like Ethan Hawke or whatever, or Wagner,
yeah,
or and so
yeah.
then the conversation, like the our general consensus kind of leaned toward Marco, but I don't know. You might have said something. Oh, you might have said something about Leo. I guess Leo. I don't actually remember what you said. I don't know.
I feel like I would say like never bet against Leo or something because I feel like that's how I feel. But obviously
Right.
he didn't win.
Yeah. I mean, has he won after The Revenant? Isn't that his only
Yeah, it
his only
is. It
thing?
is. But even still, like I feel like any time he's in this category, like he's got a real chance, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's becoming like the PTA the actor category.
pretty, pretty
Um,
much.
Amy Madigan did win for Weapons.
Oh, we
Um,
said of like, why is she even in there? And she won.
well, I said I thought she'd win. I predicted it, but you guys didn't seem to think she was like you guys thought she was like the write-off choice or whatever.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure. No offense.
Um, but I mean, there was a lot of like there was a lot of hype around her performance, and also it's like she's um I don't know how to like her performance was a lot more distinct than any of these other people in the category. Um,
Okay.
like yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was close. Who knows? But
Don't tell
yeah,
that
she
to
won.
Andy and his Tiana Taylor disappoint.
Oh no, it was very close. Yeah, her and Taylor were neck and neck. One vote. Mm, the vote was from Jules Garner or whatever her name is. Julie Garner.
Oh man.
Supporting actor Sean Penn won.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have loved to have seen a Lordy win that, but it's always I mean it's not surprising.
Yeah, yeah. I think Skarsgård definitely had a chance, but it's probably between those two. Yeah.
Is Lordy, I assume. I mean, Lordy hasn't even been around as long as Timothy, and Timothy's still in his too young phase. He's still too
Yeah,
young to
yeah,
win at
no,
this
for
point.
sure. Yeah.
So I feel like a Lordy might even still be like 10 years behind Timothy.
mm, maybe. I mean, I
In
don't
terms of
know.
like cinema works, like I know Lordy's been around on TV for a
Yeah.
minute, but he's only
No, yeah,
just,
you're
I
probably
feel like,
right.
getting
You're probably
some
right.
movie roles.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what's happening with Timothy's reputation at the moment? It's very volatile. But in terms of pure like in performances, you are probably right.
What's the deal with the
Um,
reputation? Was it something you said about the ballet or some shit? What I feel like I've only vaguely heard about this.
yeah, he said he was like, oh, we didn't have to go through that, do we? It was just like
I just don't know anything about it.
just he was with Matthew McConaughey, and he said something about he wanted to be an art where like people cared, or it wasn't like a dying art like ballet and opera is, you know.
Oh, so he called them a dying art and people took offense to that? Is that it?
Um, yeah, or he said, "Oh, I don't want to get it wrong, Timmy. I don't want to put words in your mouth." But like he said, he didn't want to like be the one, trying to keep an art alive or whatever, or like fight against, you know, a dying kind of form, I guess, or a dying crowd.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I don't know, it's a wider discussion. But I feel like his kind of uh like his perception has definitely changed even before that. He's kind of become the villain a little bit.
Oh wow. Okay. Obviously, wow. Is this like during or after like the whole Marty Supreme press tour?
I feel like that was a part of it. I don't know. I mean, this could
Okay.
be a thing that is just like, dies within, this season. It could just be like, you know,
Sure.
as transient as the marketing for Mighty Supreme. But I mean, it did its job and it was like perfect. But you know what I mean. It could just be like not you know a cemented thing. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have to keep trying for a few more years. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty much all the Avatar one, best visual effects. Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Shoe-in of the night. Yeah. Yeah, and then it was kind of just one battle and Sinners trading a fair bit in some of the technical categories,
Yeah,
editing and casting and cinematography, and
yeah. Oh, Frankenstein with
well,
a few.
score
But,
went to Sinners as well. Oh yeah,
mm,
makeup. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, production design, the Netflix production design winner Frankenstein.
I mean, at least it's not cinematography. It's fine.
Look, I'm not trying to shit on the production design, but how much of it feels like that one because like it has like clear, distinct production. You know what I mean? Just because it's like the
yeah,
most production design or the most obvious production design, and that like does that mean
right.
it should win? I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I think Mighty Supreme was definitely more impressive. I don't know about one battle after another. I mean, that was pretty much just modern day. Um, but
Yeah.
Sinners and Hamnet, I can definitely put up against Frankenstein for production design. But yeah, I feel
Okay.
like it was just because it was
Okay.
like the most obvious production design, the most like of a certain time period.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
distinct. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm happy
Another
to move to these
yeah.
trailers if you are.
Another Oscars. Yep. Happy to do that. We had a Spider-Man trailer. Talk about that one first. Brand new day.
Brand new day, brand new Spider-Man.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Here's my thing with this trailer. I
Yes,
don't
I'm
think it looks
listening.
bad at all. I think it looks decent. I think it looks fun. I think it looks like what I'd want out of Tom Holland, Spider-Man being back and all that. That's cool. I watched this trailer and I don't understand what this movie's about at all. Like, I was very confused. I don't know if this is just me, but like, so he's like, I get at the end of the last one, like he had to, like, no one remembers who he is anymore. Okay. So the plot of that is a factor in this, but then like, it's also, he's having like, like medical issues. Like, what is this movie about? Like, it felt like the
Well,
whole second half of the trailer was about how he's like malfunctioning or something.
isn't okay, so I mean, like any other films, doesn't he just have the suit? Does he actually have powers? I don't know.
Well, he was bit by a spider, right? Yeah,
Was he? I can't even
yeah. Well, like I know what you mean though. In terms of like, I know it's not like in the continuity. He doesn't have like the actual webs coming out of his hands and shit like Toby had. Like
right.
that's all
Yeah.
technology. But I think he it's not like he's just a dude. Like he is super powered in some respect, right? Like he did get bit by the spider and does have some ability from that.
Like super strength and climbing walls and stuff.
And like he still has spidey senses, right?
I don't know, does he?
I think he does. But regardless though, so what is the plot of this movie that like his spider puberty, if you will, is coming on really late? Like is that
Yeah,
what this
like
movie's about?
he's okay, so the whole trailer kind of feels like it's like another Spider-Man kind of origin story. You know, it's like I mean, they say like it's a rebirth in the trailer. So
Mm.
I guess that's the way they're framing it with him like developing, you know, the full Toby version of it or something. Um,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but I do agree that like it's kind of I don't know. Yeah, the trailer's just weird. It's just a weird. I mean, they've definitely like gone backwards a bit. Um,
Yeah.
and they're just in this weird spot, I guess, where they're just fighting, you know, basic Spider-Man villains, and he's learning again his powers again. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously that plays into the title of it, yeah, being like this restart, like you said. But like, so like obviously the Punisher is in it. That's cool. I like that. Like I like the different scenes and like some like I think it looks like fun. Like I like the Punisher being in it. Michael Mando is there as like, is he like Scorpion or some shit? I don't know who that is that he's playing, but
Wasn't that
that was
like
cool to see.
Doctor? Didn't he have the? Didn't he
Doctor
have like
Oz,
the?
he's playing Doctor Octopus.
Was he? I
Hang on.
don't know. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it
Well,
was.
Doctor Octopus was in the last one, but I guess that's like the other
Yeah,
universe
that
version
was.
of him. So like, this is different.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's. I
Oh no,
just thought like
he's Scorpion. Yeah,
okay. I just thought it kind of looked like Doctor Rock's like thing, but okay, that's fine.
Scorpion is like the thing coming out of his back as well, but it's just one because it's like whatever the thing that scorpions have. I don't know what that is, the stinger or whatever.
Mm, okay. It just looks a lot like what they have in Spider-Man 2, or you know, the other one, the No Way Home or whatever. What
Yeah,
Doc
yeah,
Ock
yeah,
has in that.
yeah.
So I thought it might be like this version's universe, but what are the like the red things in this trailer? What is that?
Like the villains,
Is that like what is it though? Like who is it?
dude. I've got no idea. That's such a spooky question,
Like the
but like,
red ninja
that's what you're talking
things?
about. Like yeah, yeah, like the red ninja dudes he's fighting or whatever. Got no clue.
Yeah. Mm.
Um,
Mm.
see the thing is like on paper, like I could see maybe some people being like, "Oh, the last one you had all the villains and the multiverse shit, and how it was all so fan servicey and crazy, and how like how can you even top that kind of thing?" But like honestly, like I think back to Homecoming and how that movie was just about Michael Keaton and Vulture, and how like how cool that movie was, and how much I liked that whole story with like him being the villain and what they did with that. Like the idea of like, I mean, I'm not saying this is it. I've got no idea. But like, if it is just kind of pretty simple, like Michael Mando is Scorpion and they just tell a cool story with him,
Yeah,
that could be great, honestly.
it could be. Yeah. I mean, if they kind of lean more into like Peter being alone, I guess. Um,
Mm.
which I like, they probably will have to do that unless they make like Hulk a big part of it. But I don't think they
Oh yeah,
will,
true.
like to that extent. To the extent that like Tony was or anything. Um,
Yeah.
mm, yeah, I think we did like a bit of a 180, but no, it looks okay. I guess. It looks it has potential for sure.
It has potential,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's just in a weird. It's just in a weird position, I guess. Spider-Man is in a weird position and needs to kind of yeah pull off this weird rebirth phase. So we'll see
Yeah.
what
He's in
happens.
his yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Dune, Part 3. Thoughts, feelings, ideas.
Man, it was a big day for Zendaya, hey.
Oh yeah, did you see like isn't she in like the top 4 of? Wait, is Brand New Day coming out this year?
Yeah, in
I mean,
June. Yeah, it's
yeah,
coming out 6 months before June, which is hilarious.
yeah. I think she's in like the top 4 this year or something because she's in like Doomsday as well and like something else.
Oh, and yeah, and the drama, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was the drama.
Oh,
I
and
think
Euphoria, obviously.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, she's getting
Yeah.
huge this year.
Yeah. Anyway, what'd you think of Dune Part 3, the trailer?
Dude, I don't know how how. I don't understand. This movie comes out in December. They wrapped filming a few months ago. How does it look this good and this finished? The trailer's pretty long.
Mm,
Like, I was kind of expecting, oh, you get a trailer this far out, it might be a bit more teasery. You don't need to show too much kind of thing. Dude, this trailer's freaking packed. Oh my god. So much
yeah.
shit in it.
Yeah, I wasn't
Looks
expecting this
incredible.
much this early, for sure.
One of my main thoughts was like, I really have you read Dude Messiah yet?
Yeah, I read it, yeah.
I need to get your take on that and your understanding of the book versus what you were seeing here, because having never read it, my understanding of Dune Messiah was that it was kind of more of like an epilogue or like a postscript kind of thing. And like just seeing
Mm.
the amount of action and scale in this one, like even more so than part two, I'm just like, is Denis taking a lot of creative liberties with like the amount of scale he's injecting into this?
Well, I was thinking that. Well, like, there are, like, references to that level of scale in Messiah, and a lot happens between Dune and Dune Messiah. So, like, he's pretty much filling in the gaps, I guess, because most of Dune Messiah is more, like, meditative and Paul, like, playing, like, 4D chess with, like, Skimtar or whatever his name is, and with himself and with the universe. So it's more like, internal and um more of that kind of games within games kind of thing. So like yeah, I was surprised by this scale and like the kind of battle scenes we get, but I think that's gonna happen. It's more of like an in between stories or like background thing, I guess.
Okay, okay, that's cool. So it's like
So,
he's still
mm,
very much doing Messiah. He's taking that story, but he's also like just fleshing out a lot of these different world elements and things that are mentioned and things that are in between the gaps in the book, and really bringing those to the forefront and really making a whole like
connected.
as a result, I guess, like making it much more of like a cohesive trilogy, like as a piece of
Yeah, yeah.
cinema, as opposed to like just a
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's not um well, he's taking creative liberties, but he's not, you know, adding random things, I guess. He is it
right.
does look like he's putting in things
Yeah.
that are there, just not like a big focus of the book. Like in the present of the book at least, present tense of the book. Um so yeah, but there is also some stuff like there's a shot of um Aaliyah, I think. Like her like with the white, the white kind of ribbons, like the white kind of uh clothing. I don't know, like shooting out of her as like a religious figure. Um, that is like a big part of the book, the kind of religious veneration or whatever. That the family gets, and so I think the film will probably lean a bit into like a bit more into that than the trailer is kind of suggesting. Um, but
Okay.
yeah, like I think the battle sequences will be like they'll be there and they'll be cool, but then we'll move on to like the actual Messiah stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll
Do you
like.
expect the movie?
I don't think it'll like punctuate. Like, it won't be like they won't have those sequences in the same way they had those sequences in Dune or in a normal film where it's like escalating. I think it might just be like at the start or something, or in the middle. Or, I don't know. In the middle is a
What
flashback or
to
something.
that point? Like, I was going to ask, like, do you expect this film to take place over a longer stretch of time in itself? Like, because I know the first two films are kind of what, like maybe a couple months each or something, kind of thing. But
Mm.
like, does this one film take place over years?
Uh, Yeah, maybe. But I think we see more of like a montage thing. Like we just like yeah, see him coming into the Messiah character at the start of the film. Um but I mean it could be more stretched out, I guess. I guess that would make sense if you wanted to um like have more action, I guess. Um
Mm.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, I thought this trailer looked absolutely awesome, and like in terms of how you're describing it, it sounds like, not to say that adapting Dune was ever easy, but it sort of sounds like it might be the most challenging one that Denise attempted yet. You know, in terms of like thinking about exactly how he wanted to fit this story into a part three and
Right.
close out his trilogy, you know, for it. So I'm very curious
Well,
to see how he does that.
yeah. Well, it only gets like I think there's a reason it's a trilogy because it only gets harder after this to adapt. Do you know anything
Yeah,
about the rest of it? I mean, there's one book
I've
that's
heard
basically like
crazy
a
shit.
philosophical like dialogue, basically like just like a back and forth, um, between like crazy versions of characters in this or you know of their family. Um, so this is like you're almost at the edge of adaptability, but it's still kind of difficult for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I have
yeah,
full faith that Denis is going to fully stick the landing, and I'm very excited to see how he does it and does it so impressively. I've got no doubt.
mm, no, yeah, mm, that was a great trailer for sure.
I'm very curious how is Jason Momoa back? That's my question.
Oh, well, I can explain it if you want. He's a no, it's okay. Yeah, you'll see.
Uh, okay, I'll see. I'll see. I figured you got to say something to the effect of he's a clone or he's a fucking something like that.
Mm, no, no, maybe. Um, yeah, those were the trailers. Oh, how much more have we got? Jesus, 1.5 hours.
What?
We still got the
Oh,
question of the week,
yeah.
which
Nah,
is
dude, it's fine. It's fine. We. You want to do highlights?
oh, I don't really. I mean, I'm watching like a mini series, but I'm almost done. I'll probably be done next week.
You're gonna save it. That's all right. That's all right. Well, can I do my highlight? Because I feel like I never
You
have a
got a
highlight.
highlight? Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
Don't be too disappointed. Um, no, I do want to. I feel like I owe the audience an update because I finished Pluribus finally.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
I don't know about this show, man. I'm sorry, Vince.
Mm,
um, look, there's I like it conceptually. There's cool parts to it. It's it's just a bit boring. It's honestly as simple as that. It's a bit drawn out. It's a bit too long, and it just doesn't hold my attention for as long as it is. And that's kind of a shocking thing to say, considering Vince's track record, where like I would consider his two previous shows to be the complete opposite of that. So it's just kind of a bit shocking to me that this is where I'm at with it. Because that's honestly saying a Vince show was boring is probably like the last thing I'd expect to say, but it's kind of true for me on this one. And like I know people are calling it slow and deliberate and using these like synonyms that are meant to like that are the same thing, but like kind of trying to still like give it its flowers for being intelligent. Like, you know, it's deliberate in its pacing, you know what I mean? I'll say it, it's just a bit boring. I'm sorry. Like there's just tons of like minutes of time in these episodes where I'm just like, I get it. I've been sitting here for the last 15 minutes. I get it. I get it. You don't need to keep doing this. All right. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Like it's still got the cool Vince Gilliganisms, of like the cold opens. I really like in terms of like understanding what's going on and like sort of dropping you in the mystery of a scene. I like how that's sort of his thing, and he continues that. But yeah, I don't know. The season should have just been like. I'm not one for advocating for shorter seasons, considering how short seasons are these days. But this could have been 6 episodes, and it was 9.
Hmm. Is it like just this season, or is it? Are they
No, there's
still
another season
going?
coming.
Hmm. Okay.
And then I looked on Reddit after to see like how far it is, and like Vince is like all these Reddit posts are about how Vince is saying, "Oh yeah, it's delayed. We're taking longer than we'd like. It's coming in 2028," and all this sort of shit. And it's just like there's modern streaming TV, everyone. Yay! Get excited for these slow shows that then take another 3 years to come out of another season. And then like I saw everyone in the Reddit thread comment was like making jokes about how like they liked Pluribus, but then like by the time the second season comes out, they're going to remember nothing about it. And so yeah, that's pretty true. um, so yeah, I don't know. Have you got any interest? Or have you? I know obviously you're
No,
a Vince's other shows, but have you heard stuff about it that's put you off, or what where you at with it?
no, it just never really appealed to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just yeah. I still don't really even know what it's about. So
Oh really?
yeah. Can you tell me without it being
Okay.
like spoiler?
Um. Well, it spoils the first episode if I tell you what it's about,
Ah,
which I'm happy to do if you. I'm happy to do
yeah,
if you
it's
want me
fine.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, what it's about is very cool. Uh, it's about um basically it's this sci-fi concept where everyone on Earth gets mentally joined to become the same person, except like 8 people or whatever, and Ray Seahorn is one of them. That it didn't work on.
Mm,
So it's like it's like an alien. It's an alien thing. Like it's an alien fucking signal or some shit. I don't know. They sort of explain it, but like the gist of it is like if all 8 billion people on Earth suddenly shared the same consciousness.
right. Okay.
So it's like everyone, and like and the situations that unfold from that are pretty cool and clever at times. Like, you know, yeah, I don't need to like explain it all, but yeah. So like, it definitely it is a cool concept, and it does do cool things with the concept. But you get the gist at a certain point,
Right.
and the show just didn't. And the show just, I don't know, you kind of lingered on scenes too long and lingered on ideas too long once you already got it, once you already figured it out, and then just kind of didn't really elevate dramatically effectively enough to the end to make me want to keep me in my seat, if you will.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I might watch some scenes and go from there. Still doesn't appeal to me too much, but we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. I mean, it is cool
Watch
him
some
doing
TikTok.
a sci-fi thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool.
Mm. Wasn't there like a poker scene? Is there
Oh
a
yeah, that is a
gambling?
fun scene.
So is it like her versus everyone else?
No, what that scene in particular is it's another. She's not in it. It's another guy, another one of the guys who wasn't affected, and he has told the other, like as in because everyone's the same person now. He's told them to um, put on a James Bond Casino Royale fantasy just for him, and so they're all acting in it, and he's
Oh,
like
okay.
the lead.
Oh,
So,
that's cool.
and that's the other aspect of the show that is worth pointing out is that like all other 8 billion people, like who is there just the one hive mind person, they all serve the other. They all live to serve the
Right.
non-affected,
The other
aka
eight
Ray Seahorn, like,
people.
and they
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. So they'll do whatever they ask, and so yeah, so it creates fun scenes like that. Yeah.
Mm. Oh. No, that actually kind of is appealing. I don't know. Might check it out.
He's gonna watch it now. I
Yeah,
convinced
I'm
him.
gonna love it. It's gonna be better than Better Call Saul, better than Breaking Bad.
Exactly.
Okay. Question of the week.
Yes, sir. We've got a staggering one answer. That's what Thursday
Mm.
night recordings. I'm sure we'll, if Leanne, if you answer this later, we'll read your answer next week. Apologies, we just recorded early. Or also, if maybe you just didn't answer, but I don't know yet. So it's awkward if you didn't answer now. Sorry, Dr. Leanne.
Yeah, do you want me to read Luke's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the question was, which fictional army would you fight for? And Luke said he'd fight in Dumbledore's army. Bro, if I was at the Quidditch World Cup from Goblet of Fire, I could have stopped the Death Eaters.
Could have stopped them with your Glock,
So true.
aka your wand. That's very true.
Yeah, that was the only answer we had from the audience. So, what fictional army would you fight for, Snack?
This was tough because, so like, genuine, if I had to take the question genuinely as I intended it, the only actual genuine answer I could also provide is Dumbledore's army. Because, dude, I'm not fighting in one of these fucking big ass, like, fantasy. Like, I'm not fighting for the Lannisters, you know what I mean? I'm not getting out on this,
Yeah,
into the
not getting
muds,
like
into the.
grubby. Right.
No.
I mean,
No, I'm not
yeah, okay.
actually. I'm not. Don't
Okay.
want. I'm not willingly going into medieval combat here. Okay.
Right. I mean, I'll get to my answer soon, but you keep going.
Yeah. So like Dumbledore's army, I like. It's a good answer because I actually would fight in that, and it's for a couple reasons. First of all, it's obviously morally completely correct. It's cool. You get to be with cool people in this army, like David Thewlis and Sirius Black, and obviously Dumbledore himself and all the Hogwarts kids. Great camaraderie in this army. It's also, I like the idea of it being kind of like an underground, sort of more covert army, as opposed to literally like we're going to battle. You know, I don't really want to actually fight in war per se, and that's not really what this is. You know, it's more like at most, it's kind of like covert operations and then a bit of like street sort of level combat at times you might be dealing with. And that's because like I know like obviously, you know, by the time you get to the very end, it's a bit different, but most of the time in Dumbledore's army, you're kind of dealing with like an underground, like rising threat with Voldemort, which we're going to get to.
Right.
This is kind of a poorly timed answer because we're going to get to this in like 2 weeks with the next movie, but you're not dealing. My point is, you're not dealing with like your enemy isn't the Galactic Empire. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight the Galactic Empire. That's too much. You know what I mean? I'm not taking on like the whole thing. I'm down to just fight. Like Voldemort's basically like a little terrorist group, and like I'm down to fight them. They feel achievable.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why that's my actual answer. I would also probably end up fighting for the White Walkers, not by choice, but because I'd just die in the fucking Game of Thrones
Oh,
universe and they'd become one
yeah.
of the White Walkers and they'd fight with the White Walkers.
Yeah, no. Yeah, same. Um, I do agree with the like, okay, I agree theoretically, but my thing is that I wouldn't want to fight in like a big army, because I feel like you're just kind of fodder, in a big
Yeah.
medieval army. But I did come across, um, in researching this question, I came across, being a part of, like Sir Arthur's, like Knights of the Round Table, you know, which
Oh,
is
okay.
like
Okay.
the smallest they have is like 12 knights, you know. So like you're part of an elite combat group, and also you get to go on all these like all the medieval quests with like magic in it and stuff. You know, all the like the OG medieval quests. from like Thomas Mallory or whatever. So I think that'd be really fun. And also it wouldn't be like you're not charging with like a million people. You're just like hand to hand, super skilled sword fighting
Yeah.
cavalry.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind that. And it's also like an important group. It's not just a random army. I like the yeah. I wouldn't want to choose anything too difficult though. Like the Sardic car or whatever. The from Dune, the Emperor's army.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
where like you either die, like most of them die, through like the training process.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Yeah. Not about that.
yeah, and then the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. My
Mm.
thing with the Rebel Alliance is that, like, I look at it and I'm just like, if I was in that universe, I just don't think I could be bothered. I just don't think I could be bothered, like, joining up and,
No,
like, thinking, "Well, I'm actually gonna beat the Empire." Like, what the fuck? Like, I'd rather just not. I'd rather just hang out and do something else.
yeah, no. There's got to be so much fun things you could do in the Star Wars universe that you just get like super
Yeah,
distracted. You know.
absolutely.
Mm, yeah. Although Dumbledore's army is a good shout. I didn't come across that one, but that's definitely an easy answer for sure. Yeah. Anyway, small groups. That's the theme. I think you want to be a part of a small unit. Yeah, technically an
Small
army.
unit, yeah,
Mm.
and you wanna feel important, and you wanna do some, like, some quote unquote "fun stuff," not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like war, you know?
Mm, some questing for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, cool. Well, is that it for this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing. Do we go on to the film now? Do we
Oh,
go
no,
to next week's?
next week's question.
Oh, next week's question. That's right. Oh yeah. Next week's question is: What is your personal Project Hail Mary?
Oh.
Yeah. What is your interpret as you will.
So, the last time we did this was, what is your one battle after another, I think is what it was last
Yeah.
time? So that yeah, there you go, I love it. Same thing. What is your Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's like, what is the thing you're battling with, but like the solution you have in mind is like far fetched. You know?
Yeah, it's not even like it's a bit different, I guess. It's not like it doesn't have to be a recurring struggle.
Yeah,
It's
that's
more
true.
just like
Yeah.
it's more just like a problem that you know exists and like a long shot solution to it, I guess.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
Well,
probably never gonna be achieved.
is it else recurring? Yeah, just like a battle. But yeah. A struggle you have that you don't think you'll get out of, except without a Hail Mary. And what is the Hail Mary? What
That's
is
the thing,
the
yeah,
far fetched
we have to be
idea?
talking about exactly, like, we have to be talking about what the Hail Mary is, not just what the problem is.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the Hail Mary?
No, yeah, that's the central idea.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
mm. Yeah, and that's at the cinemas. Ryan Gosling. Um,
Get hyped. I know a lot of people are already hyped, I don't need to tell you to get hyped, but,
oh yeah, the IMDb
raise your
crowd are
expectations
hyped.
even more.
Mm.
IMDb getting you way too excited. Ryan Gosling, everyone getting you way too excited. Everyone gets super, super excited, so then you let down. That's what I think you should do.
But you can't be let down by this film. It's Project Hail Mary. It's the second coming.
Is this
Um.
gonna be this year's Dune Part 2 where it just gets 5 stars? Everyone gives it 5 stars by default?
mm, yeah, it's like a wacky,
We'll
wacky
see, I
Dune
guess.
too. Um. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me, Zach. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next week.